champion. They fought, champions back to back. I fought when I won my world title. I think I was 22, and I fought like 3 undefeated guys right back to back, so.
Gervonta Tank Davis has just revealed the inside look at his training camp for his fight with Lamont Roach. Currently holding the WBA lightweight world title, Tank has emerged as one of the sport's most recognizable figures. The American superstar made the announcement on social media, seemingly canceling his upcoming bout with Lamont Roach. However, it seems that the decision has been overturned as he's back in action hitting the gym to gear up for the tentatively scheduled title defense. However, his most recent social media post has drawn followers' attention due to its unexpected new appearance. Fans were confused by one of the pictures he shared from around his return to the gym. The 30-year-old debuted a fresh appearance, sporting long hair styled into a sleek ponytail, a striking departure from his usual look, and social media users could barely believe their eyes. Davis is concentrating on his next trip to the squared circle and won't let the viral post divert him. Surprisingly, nevertheless, the American has stated that 2025 might be his last year competing. Even though there are a lot of possible battles before his career ends, he shockingly announced that he will hang up his gloves. Since then, Davis has reinforced his bold assertion, admitting he continues to grapple with the psychological toll that fame from the sport has imposed on him. He said, "I'm going through a lot. Been through a lot. Been betrayed, and like that, it really made me want to give up on the limelight. Everybody chases being in front of the camera, they chase an image. I don't want to be a part of that. As long as I have my money, can take care of my kids and whoever I need to take care of, I don't need none of this. You're always being judged. You always got to live for someone else. You got to be perfect, and nobody's perfect at the end of 2025. I feel as though I should be more mature mentally further than I am now, and I should be off of probation so I can travel the whole world. Once I can travel the whole world, people probably won't ever see me again. I probably won't be in America again several days ago." Tank Davis stunned fans and sent shockwaves through the boxing community by abruptly canceling his highly anticipated showdown with Lamont Roach. Originally slated for March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the bout was scrapped following a cryptic update on Davis's Instagram story, where he bluntly declared the fight is canceled. This clash had initially been set for December 14th at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas, but was rescheduled due to logistical issues before being shifted to the March date. But it appears that the bout isn't really canceled. Tank has been open about wanting to retire soon, and the battle with Lamont Roach could be one of his
Please help with a big right hand.
Final bouts. As boxing fans are aware, not so long ago during a press conference for his WBA lightweight title defense, Gervonta Davis expressed his frustration with the sport, saying, "After next year, I'm out of it. Yeah, out of this sport. This expletive is trash, garbage. Fed up. I'm fed up with the whole expletive." Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion, was deep in training when Davis dropped his bombshell on Instagram. Shortly afterward, Roach posted a video of himself shadowboxing at the gym, expressing surprise and stating he had no knowledge of the fight being called off. Responding directly to fans who inquired about the status of the fight, Roach wrote on Instagram, "The expletive you keep asking me for." He said that expletive, not me. Although Davis publicly announced that the fight had been canceled, PBC, the event's promoters, issued a statement confirming that the bout remains scheduled. Additionally, tickets for the March 1st event continue to be available for purchase online. Amidst the uncertainty, Davis posted a heartfelt message on Instagram, hinting at not only the forthcoming fight, but also the personal battles he is currently enduring in a raw and emotional Instagram post. Davis expressed the inner turmoil that he has been grappling with, writing, "I do this out of love. It just comes off as anger. If you felt any type of pain, it's supposed to turn you up." He then went on to confirm that the March 1st bout was still on, despite his earlier declaration about its cancellation. The one March 1st, long live my big bro. Right after a few hours, Boxing and BBQ reshared the post on their X with the caption, "Fight still on 31. A few years back, but still on Tank's mind for those unfamiliar with his story. Baby Frank shared a deep bond with Gervonta Davis, training side by side with him at Coach Calvin Ford's gym in Baltimore. Although he preferred to remain behind the scenes, his warmth and quiet strength never went unnoticed. Known for his radiant smile and sharp mind, he was a man of immense heart and integrity. Tragically, his journey ended too soon. a victim of street violence in Baltimore. Even years after his passing, his legacy endures. His unwavering support and positive presence left an indelible mark on Gervonta Davis and the entire gym community, ensuring he will always be remembered. Baby Frank was a close companion of Gervonta Davis, and his passing left an indelible mark on Tank's heart. Despite the pain, Davis has maintained an unblemished career, pushing forward with unwavering resolve as the pride of Baltimore advances in his storied path. Questions linger: will the bout with Lamont Roach truly mark the end of his journey, or does he have a few more battles left before hanging up his gloves for good? Despite the uncertainty, all indications suggest that the fight will proceed as scheduled. Once again, speculation over the outcome dominates conversations. Will Davis extend his unblemished record, or can Lamont Roach Jr. pull off the biggest upset of the year? With Davis hinting at retirement by year's end, the stakes are higher than ever. However, not everyone is
There's a lady, Marvel Garcia. Oh boy, Garcia's wild.
convinced this will be an easy victory for Davis. Kevin "Gel" Johnson, a fighter hailing from Detroit, began his professional career 8 years ago. Over the course of 17 bouts, he has secured 12 wins. One of his standout moments came in November 2019, when he faced off against Richardson Hitchens in a memorable clash. At 32 years old, Johnson has also earned a reputation as a sought-after sparring partner for top-tier champions like Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, and Devin Haney. Johnson shared his thoughts with Fight Hype's Ron Goodall, stating that the upcoming showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. will be a competitive one, while he hasn't had the chance to spar with Roach Jr. and has only seen a few of his fights. Johnson recognized the impressive skill set of the Washington, D.C. fighter. When questioned about who might come out on top, Johnson hesitated to make a clear prediction. Yet, when asked whether the bout would conclude with a knockout, he offered a more direct response. The boxing reporter asked, "At the end of the day,
Lady, Marvel Garcia. Oh boy, Garcia's wild.
do you at least see a knockout? Do you think the fight ends with a knockout?" "I don't think it ends in a knockout," Johnson replied in one line. While he acknowledged Davis' devastating knockout power, he suggested that Roach Jr. might not give Davis the opportunity for an early stoppage. "I don't think he'll give it to him. He's going to be moving around, you know what I mean? He's definitely going to be moving around and trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's going to be a good survivor," added Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson suggests that Roach Jr. may focus on surviving Davis' onslaught, looking to take the fight into the later rounds. Johnson anticipates that Roach Jr. might endure a knockdown in the middle stages, but expects him to bounce back and see the fight through to the end. "He got the will to not quit, you know what I mean? And trying not to get knocked out, you know. I see it going the distance," honestly, Johnson emphasized. Gervonta Davis is recognized for his tendency to begin fights at a slower pace, often tricking opponents into feeling more comfortable. Yet, as demonstrated in past bouts,
working right away. By a stoppage, he turned pro in 2007.
he picks up speed as the rounds unfold. Following his 2022 clash with Rolando Romero, the majority of Davis knockouts have come in the later stages of his matches. It might be premature to make any predictions, but if Lamont Roach Jr. manages to endure all 12 rounds, he will earn a spot in a select group of fighters, including Gervonta Moores and Isaac Cruz, who have withstood the full distance against one of boxing's fiercest punchers. Several weeks ago, the PBC officially revealed the date for Gervonta Davis' highly anticipated showdown with Lamont Roach. Although the matchup itself didn't quite stir up the level of excitement some had hoped for, the prospect of seeing Tank return to the ring reignited the fans' enthusiasm. The Baltimore-born fighter had stepped into the ring only once in 2024, marking a near year-long hiatus before making his return to action. The thrill quickly soured when Davis announced his decision to leave the sport after 2025. This revelation meant his upcoming showdown with Roach could be among the final bouts of his
Nation E. It looks like he's going in.
You can hear the body work. He's going upstairs. Lamont Roach and Rosa's trying to hold on.
undefeated career. As the gravity of the situation set in, fans flocked to secure tickets, with the Barclays Center nearly sold out 4 months before the event. On Sunday, S News uploaded a video to their YouTube channel discussing the highly anticipated Lamont Roach Gervonta Davis matchup. The video highlighted that the WBA lightweight championship bout could potentially set new records for ticket sales revenue. For those unfamiliar with the term, gate records refers to the income generated from ticket sales at a live event venue. The video claimed, "We are 4 months away from Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, and already tickets are flying off the shelf," revealing a graphic showing the Barclays Center almost sold out. The video also highlights that, as per Ray Jackson's post on X, 10,000 tickets have already been snapped up for the upcoming event. To put this into perspective, the Barclays Arena holds 19,000 seats, meaning over half of the tickets have already been sold, with 3 months still to go. The video further mentioned
Rosa's trying to hold on. Lamont chopping overhand right. Rosas on the road.
Mentions the fact that Tank has 12 sellouts in a row, and every time he sells out, he breaks records. It's truly astounding that Gervonta Davis has been packing arenas since his 2017 showdown with Francisco Fonseca. The Baltimore-born boxer has consistently shattered gate records, raking in some of the most impressive figures in the sport. Let's dive into the details. Tank's showdown with Ryan Garcia shattered records, bringing in a staggering $22.8 million in live gate revenue. This massive sum not only secured its place as the fifth highest gate in Nevada's combat sports history, but also marked one of the largest gates ever recorded in Las Vegas. The event was truly a spectacle, drawing crowds and generating buzz unlike anything seen before. Tank's clash with Hector Luis Garcia, despite being a lackluster and uneventful bout, still managed to draw a packed crowd to the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. The fight shattered the arena's all-time live gate record, raking in more than $5 million in ticket sales.
Check this out, guys. We are 4 months away from Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, March 1st, and already tickets are flying off the shelf. According to Ray Jackson on Twitter, already 10,000 seats have been sold. That's the seats that are left, and it would sell. Tank has 12 sellouts in a row, and every time he sells out, he breaks records. Him and Ryan Garcia, 5th biggest gate in Vegas history. Him and Rolly, biggest gate in Barclays history. When he fought Hector Garcia, I saw people complain about that fight. The record gate for the best gate in the history of Washington, D.C. So record after record, haters could keep hating and hating and hating, but Tank smashes records.
Why is that? Make a mistake because he is the clan if he's to become a champion.
It eclipsed the previous record held by the Rolling Stones, cementing its place as the highest-grossing event in the venue's history in 2022. Tank's showdown with Rolando Romero packed the Barclays Center to its fullest, drawing 18,960 spectators, the largest crowd for a boxing event at the venue since its opening, as Tank prepares for his upcoming bout with Roach at the same location. Event organizers are aiming to match that impressive turnout with ticket prices on the rise. There's a strong possibility that this fight could set a new record for gate revenue at Barclays. Over half of the tickets have already been snapped up, and it's expected that the entire arena will be sold out by the end of December. Fans are eager to witness Gervonta Davis in action live, knowing this could be one of his final performances before retiring from the sport next year. 2025 could mark the final chapter for Gervonta Davis in the ring. The American boxer has hinted at retiring, leaving the boxing community stunned and disheartened. Yet, amid all the attention on his possible exit, the spotlight has largely ignored his upcoming opponent, Lamont Roach. So what does the future hold for Roach? Will he seize the opportunity to make his mark, or does he stand little chance against Davis? For those unfamiliar, Roach has received special clearance from the WBA to move up in weight and challenge for the 140 lb title after previously holding the super featherweight belt with the same organization. However, as Roach steps into a new weight class to battle a dominant champion, many fans are skeptical of his chances. Despite this, Oscar De La Hoya remains confident in the challenger's ability. The 51-year-old De La Hoya talked about the bout and the challenger destiny in an interview with Fight Hub TV. He thought he was going to have a difficult battle in the office. He said, "I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is." De La Hoya continued, "Gervonta Davis is a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting, and making sure that he's in optimal condition when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out." But how does the Reaper stack up against Davis, a powerhouse known for his brutal knockouts? What skills does he bring to the table that could shift the momentum in his favor? The key insights were also shared by the Golden Boy Promotions cornerstone. The American promoter highlighted Roach's elusive nature, suggesting that his unpredictability could lead to sudden, surprising moments in the fight. Furthermore, the Washington, D.C. native's fluid combinations might be lethal, often landing before you even realize they're coming. On the other hand, Davis, with a flawless 3-0-0 record, holds a slight advantage in experience. Not to mention, Tank possesses knockout power that can end the fight in an instant. De La Hoya added, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations sometimes at will without you even knowing it. He's that sneaky. So that's going to be very interesting. But, obviously. Gervonta Davis has the experience, he has the knowledge, he has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch. Anticipation is building, but the fight is shrouded in confusion. Davis took to social media announcing the cancellation of the event, while Roach's camp stands firm in their belief that it will go ahead as planned. The lack of clear communication from PBC has only added to the chaos. Now, fans are left wondering if they will ever get to see the showdown unfold. Lamont Roach Jr.'s choice to face Gervonta Davis marks a bold move to solidify his legacy, especially after turning down other opportunities that came his way. However, this could prove to be a risky gamble for the Reaper, as Tank appears more than ready for their showdown. Recent footage circulating on social media showcased Davis's impressive physique.
Here's the first look at pound for pound king Gervonta Tank Davis, the best fighter in the world, at a photo shoot. He's 3 months out from his fight, and he's already ready to go. I always said Tank is always in shape. He's very dedicated, anywhere, anytime. The fight is March 1st in New York City. Last time he fought in New York, he broke the gate record, and it's going to be a sellout. Over 10,000 seats already sold in a very short time.
Everything the same way. He always tries to find something on Netflix, and there he sees.
Leaving boxing enthusiasts in sheer admiration. Indeed, the 30-year-old has been hitting the gym hard, with recent footage showcasing his now muscular build, truly embodying his Tank moniker. While most boxers typically begin their training camps 6 to 8 weeks before a fight, Gervonta Davis seems to be taking a different approach, fully focused and determined. He's not leaving anything to chance. Despite his undefeated 2-0 amateur record against the Reaper, Lamont Roach, who stumbled twice in his bouts with Gervonta Davis before turning professional, is determined to change the narrative of being the underdog. But how do the fans feel after witnessing the behind-the-scenes preparation from the undefeated 280 fighter? According to reactions on YouTube, they've crowned him the undisputed pound-for-pound champion. Here's what they had to say about Davis's shredded physique. Gervonta Davis's transformed physique left fans in awe. Fans are suggesting impressive outcomes for the undefeated star in his upcoming bout. Meanwhile, other fans noted noticeable improvements in the size and definition of Davis's upper body muscles. According to some estimates, Tank is just 6 inches taller than what is known as dwarfism. Yes, he's on the shorter side when it comes to boxers, but he's compensated with his skills. Meanwhile, Roach enters the fight as the obvious underdog, with Tank widely regarded as one of the top pound-for-pound boxers in the world today. Fans are anticipating a dominant win for the WBA lightweight champion. Yet, in an interview with the boxing source, the Washington native emphasized that he remains unfazed by the skeptics, channeling all his energy into his training. I really don't care too much for the people who are doubters who talk down on the fight, because at the end of the day, I worked my way here, stated Roach. In addition, Roach said he believes he is the finest boxer in his classification, so like Gervonta Davis, it's time for him to prove himself at a different weight. I think I am the best in the world in my division. Why not go up in a weight class to show that I'm a world-class fighter? Tank has won world titles in 3 separate weight classes, so it's clear that Lamont Roach is attempting to measure up to one of the best.
They can't get a deal done with Tank. I've heard the venue's a problem. I don't see how's the venue a problem all of a sudden. It's just very strange. I don't know.
I was going to ask you about that. Has there ever been a situation?
I think, right? This is my opinion, and this is what happens, right? Okay. So, Gervonta Davis makes a lot of money, right? He's been making a lot of money because he's been doing big fights and big pay-per-views. But probably what happens is he's on some kind of minimum, but on a lot of upside.
He's a pride of somebody who's fought 10 and 12 rounds. It's not only size.
It will therefore be difficult, but the January 1st 25-year-old boxer is confident in his abilities and his chances. He stated, "When I win, please don't knock Davis. He is a good fighter. It's just I'm going to be better with that," and promised a dominating victory. However, the 45-year-old made it clear that it is his opinion and no one else's. He said, "This is my opinion. Gervonta Davis makes a lot of money. He makes a lot of money because he does big fights, and he's been doing big pay-per-views." Hearn said that Tank will not be able to get the money he desires because of the impending bout with Lamont Roach Jr. Then he fights Lamont Roach, and although it's not a bad fight, he's going to bomb at the PPV everywhere in terms of what he's been doing, stated Hearn. Hearn revisited the proposal he extended to Gervonta Davis some time ago, suggesting a bout with Conor Benn. According to reports, Matchroom Boxing put forth a $15 million offer for the fight, but the undefeated Davis turned it down. Hearn suspects that the offer still resonates with Davis, and if PBC can't match it, a showdown may never materialize. At the same time, Bernard Hopkins offered his thoughts on the upcoming Davis vs. Roach fight in an interview with Michelle Joy Phelps from Fight Hub TV. Hopkins, affiliated with Golden Boy Promotions and having been part of the Davis vs. Ryan Garcia event last year, was quick to share his perspective on the upcoming showdown. Hopkins said, "To me, he's going to give anybody problems. The burden is on Roach or anybody else. In this case, it is Roach. The burden is on him. Roach is stepping up a weight class to challenge Davis in an effort to claim the lightweight title." In a rare move, the WBA granted a special exemption permitting Roach to face Davis for the championship. Earlier this summer, Roach was first called up by the sanctioning authority to compete against interim titleist Albert Bazef. Regardless, Hopkins warned Davis that anything can happen in the world of boxing, noting both guys need to come in the way they need to come in. Hopkins also believes that Davis shouldn't ignore Roach. Tank cannot underestimate Roach. Roach is a real good fighter, boxer, and puncher, and he had some confidence from the amateur, Hopkins told Michelle Joy Phelps. Lamont Roach has now revealed the circumstances surrounding his fight with Davis. As soon as the news of the fight spread, fans were left puzzled, questioning the logic behind such a matchup, but Roach didn't hesitate to respond. In an interview with Bag Fuel, he dismissed the concerns of casual fans, referring to them as civilians, and downplayed their confusion by suggesting they simply lack the knowledge of the sport to understand the reasoning. According to Roach, PBC initially contacted him following Davis's altercation with Rolando Romero. "I've been in the Tank sweepstakes 2 years ago," Roach explained. "I got a call from them 2 years ago after the promotion searched for a fighter in Washington, D.C. Roach agreed at the time, but since he wasn't yet a champion, the fight didn't go through, and the PBC ended up choosing Hector Luis Garcia." Despite Gervonta Davis having the support of Bernard Hopkins, B-Hop has raised some concerns about Roach's skills. It remains to be seen if Roach will pose a real threat to the Baltimore native. So who are you placing your bet on in this matchup? That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.